You know I can jump around. Okay, Monica, you use a heated cap. Okay, we'll talk about that. Awesome. Best Beauty. Yes, I know exactly who you are. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's 12 after, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another live with Karen of Curl House. Thank you for joining. For those of you who do not know me, I am Karen, and I am a licensed cosmetologist, and I am a certified trichologist. If you don't know what a trichologist is by now, wait, I have some new people. A trichologist, we specialize in hair and scalp disorders. So we are all about hair and scalp disorders. We help people to identify why they may be losing their hair. It's more of a holistic practice, so we don't necessarily focus on the hair itself. Normally, we look at what's going on internally to figure out what is happening externally to your hair. A lot of times when you're dealing with hair loss or scalp issues, it's rooted in different types of underlying causes. Could be mineral deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, nutrient deficiencies, medication, stress, just a lot of things can affect your hair. So that's what we as trichologists do. Really focus on the why to get to the root of the problem, why you may be losing your hair. So that's me. I'm located in Richmond, Virginia. I'm also the owner of Curl House product line. Curl House used to be a hair salon, but I merged that hair salon with another hair salon, Just Mains, and we are in the Richmond, DMV, and Hampton Roads area. So that is me. Welcome. So tonight we will be talking about deep conditioning. Are y'all deep conditioning? Are you deep conditioning your hair? So let's talk about deep conditioning because it is deeper than you think. Y'all know I'm corny. So deep conditioning, basically, you are applying a deep conditioner or a conditioner that I'll explain in a moment to your hair, and you're either to your wet hair after you've washed your hair, and you are putting on a plastic cap, or you're putting on or using a steam treatment to deep condition. So let's see. In terms of, well, hold on. Hi, guys. Hi, Miss Edith. Thank you for joining. Hi, Rachel. I'm glad you got that appointment. Hi, Miss Sharon. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I'm going to jump back in. All right, so let's talk about deep conditioning and why it's important. So, with deep conditioning, it's so important. One, because if you don't know by now, your natural hair is dry. Our natural hair is naturally dry. And that is because the oil or the sebum that our scalp naturally produces to lubricate our scalp and our hair shaft, because our natural hair is curly, then that oil that's produced at the scalp, it's very difficult for it to travel down the curved hair strand. That's generally speaking why our hair is drier than straighter textured hair. Straighter textured hair, or even finer textured hair, um, the oil that's produced at the scalp, the oil travels down the hair strand much more easily than it does with our naturally curly hair. So, to give an example, if you were driving a car, if you were driving your car, and you're speeding down the road, you'll be able to go down a straight road. You'll be able to take off in that car much quicker and much smoother if the road were straight as opposed to a road that's curved. Okay, I know that's corny, but y'all know I like my analogies. So a curved road is going to be more difficult for you to drive down or speed down that curved road than it is to go down a straight road. So I use that as an example, taking it back to the hair, over why our hair is dry. So if you know your hair is dry, what is the number one thing that you need to do to maintain the health of your hair? The number one product, rather, and I'm not talking about a hair product, but the number one product that you need for your hair to maintain the hydration of your hair. Y'all know it, water, moisture. So with a deep conditioner, what it does when you take a conditioner and apply heat to the hair, the heat will open up the cuticle so that the conditioner that you put in the hair penetrates the hair shaft more than just laying a conditioner on top. So not all conditioners were created the same. There are three levels of conditioners. There is your regular conditioner, your leave-in conditioner. I thought I had one. Oh, here it is. So you have for example, a leave-in conditioner. This is an example. This is the Curl House leave-in conditioner. This is a conditioner. Then you have a rinse out conditioner. Then you have a deep conditioner. So there's a difference between all three. Conditioners are formulated with conditioning agents which condition the hair on different levels. So conditioning agents can be, of course, water, humectants, so ingredients that help your hair to absorb and retain moisture, like glycerin would be one, aloe is another, honey is one. And then they have oils as well. So like lubricants or butters like shea butters or coconut butter, for example, or castor oils. Those are lubricants that all of these things and more in terms of these conditioning agents help your hair to stay hydrated. So with a regular lightweight conditioner, if you spray your leave-in conditioner in your hair, this is for hydration. If you spray it in your hair, it's going to condition your hair, but not the way it would condition your hair if you put a rinse out conditioner in your hair. So this is a rinse out conditioner. Yes, this is another product that I am formulating, but that's another story. But this is a rinse out conditioner. And then you have your deep conditioner. The difference between the three, the amount of conditioning agents vary. So the leave-in conditioner has the lowest amount of conditioning agents, and then the rinse out conditioner would be second, and then the deep conditioner would be third. Now, each one has its purpose, don't get me wrong, but tonight we're talking about deep conditioning. So the rinse out conditioner is very light. You know, it's really lightweight, primarily water, has a lot of awesome conditioning agents in this hair, but it is designed to hydrate your hair, but it is not designed to deep condition your hair. And then you have another conditioner. This is a rinse out conditioner. So after you shampoo your hair, then you put the second step is a rinse out conditioner. A rinse out conditioner also has conditioning agents in it. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's thick. Wait, it's thick. It's certainly thicker than this leave-in conditioner, but it's not as thick as this is, oh, I can just show this one. It's not nearly as thick as a deep conditioner. So generally speaking, to identify a deep conditioner, sometimes it might say deep conditioner on the packaging, and I just grabbed a few. This is Wonder Curl Hair Restoring Treatment. That's a deep conditioner. Notice it's in a jar, which is an indication that it's thicker because it probably can't come out of a bottle like this. This is a deep conditioner. Let's see, hair mask. This is a deep conditioner. I think this is by Main Choice. Infused deep conditioner. So a lot of times your deep conditioners will have deep conditioner on it. The one that I have, the Curl House product line, doesn't have deep conditioner on it. I might change the name, but anyway, it doesn't have deep conditioner, but it is very thick, and it is full of conditioning agents to hydrate and deep condition your hair. So I wanted to make sure you knew the difference between conditioners. The leave-in does not deep condition your hair. A rinse out conditioner is not a deep conditioner. And then a deep conditioner has the highest percentage of conditioning agents, and that is going to give you the best results when you are deep conditioning your hair. So I've already got some questions, and I'll kind of pop on some of these questions in terms of how often you should deep condition your hair. Now, before I talk about how often to deep condition your hair, I want to tell you how to deep condition your hair. There are different ways to deep condition your hair. So there is the conversation between the steamer and the deep conditioner using a hooded dryer. So most of us are familiar with the deep conditioner using the hooded dryer, right? Most of us are familiar with that. You go to the hair salon back in the day, or you might have a tabletop at home. They wash your hair, they put in a deep conditioner on your hair, and then put the plastic cap on, and then sit you under the dryer for 20 to 30 minutes. That is a deep conditioner. That is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to use a steamer for a deep conditioner. Now, the difference between the two, you have to look at steaming and deep conditioning under a hooded dryer as like sisters. They're sisters. They're very, very similar. They are alike in a lot of ways. The major difference between the two, the hooded dryer deep conditioner gives out a dry heat, whereas the steamer gives out a moist heat. Which one do you think is like most beneficial for your hair? That's the question. Which one is most beneficial to your hair? The hooded dryer or what people call a steam treatment? Hey, Andrea, thank you for joining. Which one is best? The steamer or the hooded dryer? Because they are, again, they're very, very similar. Okay, there we go. Moist heat. Yes, the steamer, moist heat, because moist is water. And what our hair needs more than anything is water. So what happens with the steam still produces heat, or the dry heat, your outer layer of hair, which is the cuticle layer, excuse me, that outer layer expands. It opens up. So whatever you put in it, whatever type of conditioner, deep conditioner you put in your hair, with your outer layer being expanded, it is going to allow whatever product that you put in your hair to penetrate in the hair shaft and condition from the inside out. That is the difference. So yes, the moist heat from a steamer is best. Now, if you don't have a steamer, that's okay too, because I'll talk about some things that you could do at home without a steamer to still get a very similar effect. But that is why the deep conditioner, that's why the moist heat is better. But again, putting on that plastic cap and doing that dry heat, you get very, very similar results, y'all. Very, very similar results. But the deep conditioner, and the difference between a deep conditioner and a regular conditioner coats the hair strand. So you wash your hair. When you wash your hair, the shampoo ruffles up the hair strand. It ruffles up the cuticle layer. And the conditioner will smooth that cuticle layer back down. So when you put a regular conditioner on it, it is smoothing that cuticle layer back down. But it's not going into the inside of the hair strand, if that makes sense. When you add the heat to it, now the heat is the operative word. When you add the heat to it, that heat is going to cause that cuticle layer, that outer layer, to open up so that your conditioner can get on the inside and do it from the inside out. That is also why people will do like oil treatments as well. Back in the day, I think we called them hot oil treatments back in the day. Very, very similar result. It opens up that cuticle, infuses more oil into the hair strand, giving the hair strand more flexibility. So that is why it is important that you do a deep conditioner, whether or not you have a steamer or you have a hooded dryer. Now, the other question that I get asked a lot is how often? How often should I do a deep conditioner? Now, when I talk to you, I make my recommendation based upon what I know, based upon the field I've been in for years. Now, this is a general recommendation. The the first recommendation is to try to start doing your deep conditioners once a week. Now, to do a deep conditioner once a week, that's going to mean you're going to have to wash your hair once a week. How many of you are washing your hair once a week? Who's washing their hair once a week? Anybody? Do y'all wash your hair once a week? Anybody at all? Anybody wash their hair once a week? Once a week. Okay, Miss Evelyn, you do. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Okay, so we got a few people that wash their hair once a week. Yeah, so I when people even ask me how often do you wash your hair, I generally say once a week, generally speaking. Or if you can't do it once a week, then do it every 10 days. So I typically wash my hair every 7 to 10 days. In general, that's how I do it. Every 7 to 10 days is how often I wash my hair. So if you can't do it once a week, then do it when you wash your hair. Now, the other problem is, if for those of you who wear a lot of protective styles, if you're wearing a lot of protective styles, you're not washing your hair every week. So if you're only washing your hair once a month, then you should absolutely do a deep conditioner once a month. And why I really started to encourage, okay, I'll answer some of the questions. In the I just recently have started to encourage women to start doing deep conditioners more regularly, because what's happening is, the reason the deep conditioner is so important in our community for women with natural hair is because our hair is so dry. And what I'm seeing more and more, why it's important to deep condition your hair more and more when you wash your hair, because a lot of women are not moisturizing it regularly. So I know I've had conversations or lives on moisture and how to properly moisture your hair. And if you want to put moisturizing your hair every day, you can, depending on what type of moisturizer you have. But generally speaking, if you have a leave-in conditioner, you can give it a mist. If you have a cream moisturizer, you can put a cream moisturizer in it. So a lot of us just aren't moisturizing our hair daily or even regularly. So even if you don't moisturize it every day, then you might moisturize it every other day. But a lot of us aren't doing that. So our hair is only getting moisture when we get our hair done, or when we wash our hair every 7 to 10 days. It's not getting anything the other 6 to 7 days out the week. So our hair is just not getting enough hydration. So that is why it is even more important to get in a habit of doing a deep treatment each time you wash your hair. So I'm going to challenge you to do it each time you wash your hair, if it is at least once a week. Okay. I know we have some questions. I promise you I'm gonna get to the questions now. So, and you will notice the difference in your hair. So treat yourself to a deep condition 20 minutes a week. You only need to do it 15 to 20 minutes if you're doing it at home. Get in the habit, add it into your routine. Because, even though I talk a lot about hair loss, I am a a cosmetologist. Always been very, very mindful of healthy hair. That is my other lane, natural hair. I was a natural hairstylist for years. So now, as a natural hairstylist, I know again that we're just not moisturizing our hair enough. So that is why I am encouraging you to do it more often. You only need to deep condition 15 to 20 minutes. That is it. Each time you wash your hair, I want you to try it. Y'all try it for this month. Each time you wash your hair, deep condition. Now, I know the question is, well, Karen, what if I don't have a hooded dryer? Or what if I don't have a steamer? You can purchase a hooded dryer online, or you can purchase a steamer online. If you don't have those two, that's fine. You can do it my way. Let me tell you how I do my steam treatment, because I do steam treatments in my hair, but sometimes I sit under my steamer. But what I do most, I wash my hair in the shower. I take really, really hot showers, and thank God my hot water doesn't go out. It doesn't go cold in 5 minutes, because I will be in the shower for 15 minutes easily. 15, 20 minutes. My water is still hot. So one thing that you can do, a do-it-yourselfer at home, if you want to do a steam treatment, you can do it in the shower. If you take hot showers, wash your hair in the shower, put in your deep conditioner in the shower, and let that steam just moisturize your hair. Oh man, your hair will feel amazing. If everybody has showers here, and I'm sure most of you all who are live streaming have a shower in your bathroom, then try doing a steam treatment in your bathroom if you don't own a steam treatment. Yes, of course, you'll get the best results if you probably better results rather if you have a steamer, if you're sitting under a steamer, because that steamer, that moist steam is going directly to your hair. So of course you get better results. You probably get the best results doing it that way, but it's okay if you don't have one. We got some bootleg ways we can do it here even without that. So try doing it in your shower with clean hair. Wash your hair in the shower, put your deep conditioner in, and let that steam do its magic. Your hair will feel like a cotton ball. It will feel like a cotton ball after you do it. Now, Miss Inez, you said, should I put a plastic bag on my head? If you are doing a steam treatment, then no. The difference between the steam and a hooded dryer, the steam is moist air going directly to your hair. That's what you want it to do. The dry heat from a dryer, when your hair is wet and you put your conditioner in it, then you put your plastic cap on it, then that plastic cap is creating that steam. That's why you put the plastic cap on, because it's creating the steam. So no, if you're doing a steam treatment, don't put a plastic cap on your head. If you have a hooded dryer and you're doing it that way, yes, put a plastic cap on. That is the difference. And if you are, regardless with each one, some people even do a steam treatment before they wash your hair, that they wash their hair. That's an option as well, because steam also helps the blood circulation to the scalp. Y'all know I'm gonna tie it back to the scalp somehow. It helps blood circulation to the scalp, which also helps growth. So that's why the steam treatment is great as well, because it does help with blood circulation. Blood circulation helps with hair growth. So, and let's see, Gigi, how long do I steam treatment in the shower? I recommend at least 15 minutes. 15 minutes or 20 minutes. But when you're doing it in the shower or when you're doing it at home, 15 minutes. In the salon, or most professionals will do it for about 20 minutes. So that is why it is important to do that steam treatment. All I'm asking for is 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. That is all I'm asking for to do the steam treatment. Okay, so that's an option. And also, when I'm in the shower, when I'm doing my wash and go, which is pretty much what I've been wearing recently, when I take a shower, I put every day when I take a shower, it's hot anyway. I'm not necessarily doing a steam treatment, but that moist air, that moist steam on my hair after I take a shower, just again, not doing a steam treatment, my hair feels amazing when I come out of the shower. So I kind of sort of do a steam treatment in general. I don't, depending on my hairstyle, I don't cover my hair up. If I'm doing a wash and go, if I had a style that I don't want to get wet, because that's what steam is water. So if I don't want my hair to get wet, then I'll put on a shower cap. But if I have a wash and go, wash and goes love water. So then I will not put on a cap and just let the steam hydrate my hair every day. So that is one thing you can do. All right. Now, the other thing, if you don't want to do that, so some people may not want to be in the shower for 15 minutes. Some people's shower will not stay hot for 15 minutes. Then you have a few other options. The next option, I did talk about the another way that you can, let me see, deep condition your hair. Use your deep conditioner. Wash your hair, use your deep conditioner. Put on your plastic cap. Wet a towel. Yes, we are doing some at-home remedies. We're doing what we got to do. Wet a towel. Put that towel in the microwave. And then after you put it in the microwave, it's hot. wrap it around your head, clip it on, and let that stay on your hair. It may not stay hot for 15 minutes, but you should be able to get a good 7 to 9 minutes out of that. That's better than doing nothing. So that is another way you can deep condition your hair at home as well. So this week we're all about deep conditioning. I want you all to deep condition your hair more. And I don't have a hooded dryer or a steamer to be an excuse for you not doing a deep treatment. Let's see. We got some questions. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Pauline says you'll definitely give it a try. Sometimes my hair feels like it goes limp after a deep condition. Is your hair fine, Miss Pauline? Because if it goes limp, and this is why it's important to know your hair. This is why I said when I make recommendations, it's general recommendations, because everyone's hair is different. So if you're doing a deep condition and if your hair feels limp after a deep condition, my first question is your hair fine? And my second question is, what type of deep conditioner are you using? Because yes, so if your hair is very fine, then you are the person I would say you may not need to deep condition as much, or you may need to change your deep conditioner. Again, deep conditioners have the most conditioning agents in them. And sometimes people with fine hair, it might be too powerful for your hair. Now, what I could recommend for you, or what I would recommend for you, you may not have to use a deep conditioner. So you may not have to use something as thick as most deep conditioners. You can use a regular conditioner. Now, a regular conditioner doesn't give you the same results as a deep conditioner because, again, a regular conditioner doesn't have as many conditioning agents in it as a deep conditioner. However, because your hair is fine, you may not need as much. So try that. Try switching your conditioner, or using something that's a little lighter. You just may not need as much. Okay, but I still want you to do it. All right, so let's go back. I wanted to give another suggestion on how you can do a deep conditioner as well. One other thing that you can do, it's not, like I said, this is some at-home do-it-yourself things. Wash your hair, condition your hair, put on your plastic cap, and then you can put a hat on. Your body produces heat. No, it's not the same type of heat, but your body does produce heat in general. So if you put your conditioner on, put that plastic cap on, and put that hat on, it is going to be more beneficial than not. And then, so that's an option. Put a hat on, cover your hair up. It takes more time for your body to heat up unless you're like me and you're on fire all the time. But anyway, but it does take longer for your body to heat up. So I will recommend the towel before I recommend the hat. But if you don't have time to do the towel, then try the hat method too. And then the other thing that you can do, if you just don't have time to do any of it, like you don't have time to, or don't feel like warming up a towel, putting on a hat, you can wash your hair at night, put your conditioner in it, put your plastic cap on it, and then sleep in the conditioner. Now, I'm giving that with a disclaimer. You can do that, but I don't recommend you do that all the time. That's if you're just having a lazy week, because as I was saying, with your body heating up, you can let that conditioner sit in all night to give good results in terms of your conditioner. But it's not something that you should do all the time. If you're constantly sleeping in the conditioner overnight, then that can lead to what's called high growth fatigue. I'm trying to find, here's something. It's called high growth fatigue, where your hair is over conditioned and it's going to weaken your hair strand, and your hair strand can start to pop. So in other words, I was looking for a rubber band, but I couldn't find it. Let me see. This might work. Hold on. I'm improvising, y'all. So imagine this is your hair strand, right? And when you wet your hair expands. and then it dries, it contracts. So if you're constantly with your hair being wet all night with the conditioner in it, it's expanding, and it's constantly expanding, expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting, then that's going to cause weakness in your hair. So if this is just not the week for all this deep conditioning stuff, but you want to keep it in overnight, you can do that, but do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. Do not do it all the time. You can definitely do it occasionally, and your hair will feel fabulous. I've done it before, but do it in moderation. Um, like even Lucid 247 said, walk wearing a hat when walking on the treadmill is something you tried. That's great too. Yeah, because that's what it's doing. That's essentially what it's doing. Wearing a hat is creating more heat. It's also why people wear stomach wraps and when they're exercising, to minimize, to create more heat, to burn off more fat. Or when people do like skin exfoliation. So yes, you wash your face all the time, but then on occasion you might do a skin exfoliation where you are really, really going deeper with your skin to remove all of the dead skin from your scalp. So it's going deeper with the skin, it's going deeper at the gym. Now we can go deeper with our hair and do these deep conditioners as well. Okay, so great. You're going to give it a try, Miss Pauline. Fabulous. Now, Miss Antoinette with the deep conditioner. With deep conditioning at every shampoo, is it necessary to use regular rinse out conditioner? No, it's not. It's not necessary to use regular rinse out conditioner, because you're using one or the other. That's why I said if you have a regular rinse out conditioner, you can use it. It doesn't give the same effect because it just doesn't have the same amount of conditioning agents in it, but you don't need both. You need one or the other. So in other words, you can use like for example, this Curl House conditioner, you can use this as a regular conditioner. You don't have to use it as a deep conditioner. You can put it in your hair and rinse it out. Or you can use it as a deep conditioner. But with a rinse out conditioner is just not as powerful as a deep conditioner. But if you want to take your rinse out conditioner and use it as a conditioner, because if you have rinse out conditioners, I do not want you to go out and buy a deep conditioner. You can use what you have at home until you run out of it. I'm all about being practical, y'all. You don't have to go out and buy a deep conditioner. At some point you can, but you don't have to do it now. What you can do with your rinse out conditioner, if you want to enhance it, like I said, most deep conditioners have a higher percentage of the butters, of the oils, of the glycerins, of the humectants. They have a higher percentage. So what you can do, if you want to use your rinse out conditioner, take your rinse out conditioner, this is an example, and put one of your favorite oils. My favorite oil so happens to be coconut. So you can take your rinse out conditioner, put some coconut oil in your rinse out conditioner, put that on your hair, because you are increasing the oil in the conditioner. Or if you want to put a butter in it, shea butter, for example, you can put that because you are increasing that oil content in your conditioner. You can do that and put that on your hair and then do the heat or the steam treatment. And I'm pretty certain you'll notice the difference. And even if you don't add anything to it, you can still use that rinse out conditioner to deep condition your hair, so to speak, but it won't have the exact same benefits. But it will have benefits, but just not as strong, not as much, not as many benefits. And also keep in mind, as I said earlier, the reason I really started promoting or encouraging women to do more deep conditioning at home and doing it themselves, it's because I recognize, particularly us in the natural hair community, we're just not hydrating our hair on a regular basis the way we should. A lot of times we have fabulous hairstyles, and hairstyles and water just don't go hand in hand. So that's why I think it's important to start doing more deep conditioning at home. If you're not doing your regular hydrating your hair regularly, and sometimes that is dictated by the hair that you're choosing, the hairstyle that you're choosing to wear. um and Miss Janice, you want to know, um Does the length matter as far as deep conditioning? No, the length doesn't matter. It does not matter at all if your hair is short, if it's long. However, anyone can deep condition. But if you are choosing, it's a very good question. If you are choosing to keep your hair short, so if you have a short hairstyle and if every month you get it cut, every month you keep it cut, so you're constantly cutting off the new growth, not the new growth, the ends of the hair, then you probably don't need to deep condition as much, because the hair that you're cutting off is the oldest hair. So that's the hair that needs the most hydration, because that's the hair that's been exposed to your comb products, the elements in the air, the sun, et cetera, et cetera. So the oldest hair, or the ends of the hair, is the weakest hair. So if you're keeping your hair short, then no, you may not need to deep condition as much, because you're cutting off that old hair that's more susceptible to breakage. That's also why you need a trim. That's also why you get a trim, because the old hair is just more susceptible to breaking, and it's the weakest hair, which is why you trim it and you make sure you put moisturizer to your ends. Okay, let's see. Somebody had a question. Miss Sharon, do you deep condition before braids or after? Miss Sharon, you can do both. Deep condition before and after. Because deep conditioning, when you go into most braids is a convenient hairstyle. Most people aren't hydrating their hair or conditioning their hair. You're definitely not washing your hair. You may wash your scalp, you may cleanse your scalp, but you're not washing your hair. So if you're getting braids, you want to go into braids with the healthiest hair possible. So deep conditioned hair is healthier hair, it's more moisturized hair. So do it before, and definitely do it after. Definitely do it after your braids, particularly if you're keeping your braids in. You may keep your braids in for a month, deep condition after. And even if you have braids, what I always recommend my clients to do is to take the leave-in conditioner, a leave-in conditioner. Yes, this is my leave-in conditioner. It's very lightweight. But even with your braids, you can still take a lightweight leave-in conditioner and mist it on the braid. You can still do that. You can still hydrate your hair even in the braid, so that you don't have to wait a month for your hair to get moisture. And by the way, the entire Curl House product line is on sale for Mother's Day. So the product line is on sale. Everything is 20% off, the entire product line, for Mother's Day sale through the weekend. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I think I may have answered your question. Some people use a heated cap. That's an option to deep condition. I tried to get one, but I ran out of time. The deep conditioner not the deep conditioner, another more convenient way to use a dryer as opposed to the old school, the tabletop. You can get the bonnet style dryer, and I have one at my mother's house. I forgot the name of it. It's by Layla Ali. She has a bonnet dryer. Layla Ali. She has a bonnet dryer. Muhammad Ali's daughter, she has one, and I have one at my mother's house. But you can use that. It's very convenient. It is like a plastic cap, and it's attached to the dryer, and you just plug it up, and when the heat goes on, it just bubbles up. That's very convenient too, and you don't have to worry about rolling out a big dryer or putting it on a tabletop. You can sit down on your couch and deep condition your hair. That's an option too. It's a very, very good option. Okay, let's see. Oh, Rachel, I'm glad you got your appointment for those highlights. Yes, honey, make sure you keep those highlights popping. Um, so Miss Evelyn, you said you started deep conditioning last month, every week. You notice a difference in your hair? Okay, let's see. I think I answered all the questions. Somebody says in the other video, show me how you made your hairdo. What hair? Okay, what's that, Isabel? What video? How I did my hairstyle? I need you to explain that. I don't understand that question. I want to make sure. Let's see. Somebody asked, is it true that we should dry our hair with a cotton t-shirt instead of a towel? Okay, so the conversation around the cotton t-shirt or the towel, just anything cotton absorbs moisture in general, and towels, it's not a cotton t-shirt. It's a lot of people like, so a cotton t-shirt absorbs moisture. Towels are primarily cotton. They absorb moisture as well. A lot of people have started using more like microfiber, because of it minimizes the snagging of the hair. So for me, I use a towel to dry my hair. Yes, you can use a cotton t-shirt, but because cotton absorbs moisture the way a towel absorbs moisture. But people may see that with a towel, you might have some hair strands that come off in the towel. You just have to be very mindful. When your hair is wet, it's the weakest. So if you are drying your hair, just be mindful of how you're handling your hair. Like, you still need to handle your hair with TLC, because wet hair is the weakest hair, contrary to what people think. It's the weakest hair. So just use a little bit of TLC when you're drying your hair, whether or not you use a cotton t-shirt or a towel, but they both do absorb moisture. Okay, let me see. I'm going through. Oh, somebody said a hot head is also good for deep conditioning too. I don't know what a hot head is, Jay. A hot head. If you can look it up, somebody made a recommendation that a hot head is good for deep conditioning too. So if you all are curious to know what a hot head is, because I am curious, I'm going to look it up. Try a hot head. Oh, Gigi, I have a rinse out conditioner. What temperature water do you recommend? Girl, that one is deep, because I don't know. What temperature water do you recommend? I don't know, but I can say this. I'm going to, anything that I don't know, I have no problem saying I don't know, but I do write it down so I can go look it up. But I wanted to share, when you're rinsing it out, I think it did bring something to my, it did bring something to my attention. With a rinse out conditioner in general, when you rinse out your conditioner, whether or not it's a rinse out conditioner or it's a deep conditioner, it's always best that you use cooler temperature water in general, because cool water closes the cuticle. Now, most people, particularly in the hair salon, are like, absolutely not. You better not make that water cool. But cool is always better, because it closes the cuticle. So after you go through this whole process of washing your hair, deep conditioning, when you rinse it out, use cooler water. Make sure the water is just not as hot. I didn't say cold. I like cold water, but I'm a little weird. But cooler water, because it's going to keep that cuticle layer closed, whereas hot water opens it up. Heat opens it up. With the heat from the steamer, the heat from the dryer opens up the cuticle. So we have the cuticle open so that the product can penetrate into the hair shaft. Now you want to make sure it closes, and you do that by cooler temperature water when you rinse it out. Also, does deep conditioner help with hair growth? Absolutely. It absolutely helps with hair growth, because it keeps your hair hydrated, so it reduces breakage. So that is why it helps with hair growth, because it reduces breakage. Dry hair leads to breakage. When the hair is super dry, the hair is going to break off. So deep conditioning will give you maximum moisture in that deep conditioning session, and it's going to help you to retain the hair that you've grown, because it's not dry. And as I always say, I do think it is so important that we are conditioning our hair properly and regularly, and hydrating our hair throughout the week, not just on wash day, not just on deep condition day, but hydrate your hair throughout the week, whether or not it's in the shower and you could let a little bit of steam get in your hair, that's hydrating your hair, or if you're taking your leave-in conditioner and spraying it in your hair, that's going to help hair growth too, because your hair is you're able to retain the hair that you grow. And also, as I said, with steam also increases circulation. So so circulation is important for hair growth. So that's why that's important. Now, Jay, do you use deep conditioners with protein in it? Yes. Now, let me tell you about protein, because I guess I need to do a whole live on protein. So protein, a lot of times, most deep conditioners have not most, I won't say most, I can say many, have protein in it. But the protein in it is not enough. It's not a lot of protein in it. So, like, for example, I use the Curl House deep conditioner. This has protein in it, but it is not a protein treatment. It does have quinoa protein in it, but it's not considered a protein treatment because the protein in it is minimal. So it's enough to strengthen the hair, which is what protein does, helps with the structure of the hair, but not enough to be considered a protein treatment. Does that make sense? So most deep conditioners, if it's deep conditioners, a lot of deep conditioners are moisturizing, because between protein and moisture, your hair needs them most. Your hair is made of protein, which is why it's important to have some level of protein in your conditioners. But it's still not a protein treatment. Most deep conditioners are more moisturizing first, but then there are some that are protein. So protein is, your hair is made of protein. Your hair is made of minerals. Protein treatment really, really helps to strengthen the hair. Protein does. That's what it's the structure of your hair. So protein treatments it's a completely different type of treatment depending on what type of protein treatment you use. A lot of times I would not recommend the protein treatment with the steamer. Most protein treatments, or the protein treatments rather, that I'm familiar with, and the ones that we used in our salon, we definitely used a plastic cap and dry heat. A lot of protein treatments will make the hair really hard, which is what it's designed to do. And then after you do the protein treatment, this is a strong concentrated protein treatment, then you follow up with a moisturizing treatment. So protein is going to it's going to strengthen your hair, but it may make your hair hard to give it strength. After that is rinsed out, then you follow up with a moisturizing treatment. But we use really, really concentrated proteins in the salon. But between the two, you need both. People who need more protein treatments are those people who have color in their hair, those people who are relaxed, people who have permanent color, people who do blowouts a lot and put a lot of heat to that hair. All those things that you're doing to the hair will compromise the protein structure or the protein integrity of the hair. So you need to go in and add more protein treatments for people who have those deficiencies within their hair. So let's see. Yes, back in the day, we deep conditioned hair with mayonnaise or eggs. Do you recommend it or not? Miss Inez, I'm not the put food in your hair. That's just not me. Like the hair mayonnaise is the oil. And the eggs is the protein. So some people will kind of do it yourself and whip it up themselves. That's not me, but I understand the chemical makeup of each, why people would do it. The hair mayonnaise is the oil that you need. The eggs is the protein. But in terms of the molecular structure of an egg, it is the molecules of an egg protein are so large that it's not going to penetrate the hair shaft the way you think. So people will put eggs in their hair because of protein, but if you really, really get scientific with it, it's not really doing what you think it's doing. The proteins need to be have to be broken down in such a way where they can actually penetrate into the hair shaft. And eggs, not so much. So no, I don't recommend it. People have done it, people love it, but I don't recommend it. But that's just my opinion. Okay, guys, let's see. I think I went over everything. I hope you got everything you needed. Yes. Hydrolyze, yes. That's the word. Thank you, Jay. That's the word. Hydrolyzed protein is what you need, as opposed to eggs. And Okay. Angie says, when coming from a perm to natural hair, why does the hair look brittle? I am hoping I'm saying this correctly. Yes, Angie, you are absolutely saying it correctly, because what you're used to is perm or relaxed hair. So you are not used to your natural hair. And it's okay to say the hair looks brittle. That's okay, because you're trying to describe it. When comparing your natural hair to relaxed hair, absolutely it will look brittle, it will look dry, because it's so much different from relaxed hair. It is completely different from relaxed hair. So I hope that you are transitioning from a perm to natural hair. Also, you don't, if you are transitioning from relaxed to natural hair, you don't really know what your texture is. And I can guarantee you, whatever you think your texture is, it's probably not. It's not. So, and it doesn't matter what your texture is. All textures are fabulous. But if you're comparing the two, then yes, relaxed hair has been chemically processed where it looks straighter and it feels softer. Whereas natural hair is not. So just keep going with the process. Don't give up. I have a book online that's called Yes You Can, a quick and easy guide to natural hair. It's on my website. And in that book, I take you from start to finish. So I talk about what you can expect when you transition, how to transition, the big chop, then how to take care of your natural hair. I think it's something that you might be interested in. It is on my website, curlhouse.com. And as I said earlier, for Mother's Day, everything on the website is on sale for 20% off. So I'm going to wrap it up today. I think I've answered all the questions. To all of you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you next week. And until we talk again, stay fabulous.